Hello everyone, hope you're fine. Today we are looking at the Pioneer DJ DJM-S11. The DJM-S11 comes with two versions, the normal version with all of the functions and a SE version like the DJM-909. It's a limited edition. You have a few units in the world, so you have to hurry up to buy yours if you want. This version comes with different price. It's only 100 euros, dollars for the difference between them. And this mixer, the S11, will unlock the Serato DJ and Rekordbox DJ. You have just to plug your cable, install the driver, and it will unlock all the software, and it will unlock the DVS part 2. So you have just to plug the mixer, put your records, DVS records, Serato, and Rekordbox directly on your turntable, and you're direct to go. And you have a Voucher with, when you buy the mixer, you have a Voucher on Serato DJ with the pitch and time function, allow you to unlock to pitch play, the flip mode, and key shift, the whole package. So it's pretty great. For the connections, you will have the mic section, so you can apply on-off your mic. You can put an echo on your mic. You can have little EQ, an aux input with the volume here. You can have all your crossfader and fader section, the curve, the reverse, the tension if you want, and the output of your headphone, the two outputs. And on the back, you will have all your input, channel 1, channel 2. You can have the little ground screw for your turntable if it needs. Your mic input, jack, XLR, combo jack XLR, your auxiliary input, RCA. You have, yes, two USB connections for two computers and two libraries. For example, the mixer is for Serato and Rekordbox, so you can have Serato and Rekordbox, or you can switch like that. Both output with jacks, 6/4. You can have your master output XLR and SEA, and look at this cool thing. You have two USB port if you need to, for example, to put your CDGs or your turntable. If you have a turntable with USB, you can also charge your phone. I just test it. It works. It's cool. So when you first look at this mixer, and what I'm going to say is the cherry on the cake, when we can say it in French. The cherry, what is the cherry, is that it's not only a 2-channel mixer, it's a 4-channel mixer. Because you can control with turntables or with CDGs, for example, your software, for example, and you can also with the touch screen control all the unit and the deck 3 and deck 4. We will see that after in the video. So let's go to the navigation browse part. So you will have your little encoder here, allow you to navigate through your playlist. If you have the good playlist, you push on it and you have the tracks. You can also push back if you want to jump between playlist and track. When the track is good, you push play and you have it. Of course, you can push double load to have the same track when it's playing. You see, if I doing this, I go directly, for example, here, and I push double here. You will have the same track on the deck 1. Let's stop it. You have also the opportunity to move every part of your browsing part, the navigation, like that with the view button here. And you can also put your track when it's not the time to play it. You can put it directly on a little basket to play further. So you can push shift and load to put your track on prepare list. I will not show you the same part in Serato because it's pretty the same. So there is no problem with that. After, when your track is played, let's go directly on the mixer part. So you will have your trim control, EQ control. You can have isolator EQ like that, or you can have minus 26 dB attenuation if you want. After, you will have your filter, but it's not a filter, it's a little surprise. You can choose what FX you want. You have, I think, five choice. You go to FX settings, and it's good for this one and for those one, the onboard FX. You can choose 22 FX directly on those FX here, and you can choose, you see, those five five FX directly on that. So you can have filter. I will change my D bank because I don't want to change the A and the B. So D here, I push here. You can have the filter. You can move the resonance if you want to apply more or less resonance. You can have noise. You can apply the volume of the noise. You can have pitch. Dub echo. And white filter. It's my favorite because the filter will go directly. Oh, let's put a loop. Will go directly with no sound. You see, with this filter, you have little low pass and high pass, but with wide, nothing. I really like this one. And so, like those FX, you can save the bank like that. For example, the D bank, I like the bank D. I put save D, and I will have always, when I turn on my mixer, I can have this bank of the bank A, bank B. We will see the FX after. Let's see the other part of the mixer, like a traditional mixer. So you have your PFL control here, the Q control. You don't have Q1, Q2, but you have this little thing, little fader. It's the same for pretty all battle mixer. You have this little fader to listen to the deck A and deck B. You can also have the little balance here, Q to master. So you can, more you go to master, more you will have the master in your headphone. More you go to Q, more you will have the Q part, PFL part. And you have, of course, the volume part. And you saw the connection for your headphone on the connections. Faders and crossfader. You can adjust the curve, the reverse, and the tension, and it's not on the connection, but you can also change the cutting of the crossfader. So let's see what we have for the minus part. Or you can have this, or you can have this. You can have reverse. Or not. And for the crossfader, you can have this curve, or this curve. Of course, you can change this curve, the cut lag. If you put 0, you can push it with the fader here, or you can push it with the number here. So when you put 0, you see there is still sound. You have to push like that. but you can put little cut lag. So you know what I mean. And after you will have the feeling adjust, the tension. You can put light, you see. If I push little like that, it's light. I can put heavy, you will see. The same gesture. It's not the same, you see. I will put in the middle. And of course I can have reverse. So no reverse, you will have cut on the other side, for example, here or here, for example, for this one. But for this one is here. And reverse mode. On the same side. With the other volume, you will have your master here, master output, both output, you're listening to this. You saw that on the connections, the aux volume, your mic with the echo, you saw it on the connections. You have your sampler volume here, and we will see it's pretty cool, but you have another echo here. You can apply in the preference here. You can apply it with certain functions. It's pretty cool. We will see after. Let's focus on the FX part here. So you have onboard FX 22, I think, and you can have the same as that on the bank A, but you can modify it. So I record bank A like that. So you will have echo, backspin, flanger, reverb, vinyl break, phaser. But you can apply bank B, for example, and I put echo out, one shot spin, roll, one shot break, kill, and fader. So we will see after what it is. It's pretty cool. It's heritage from the DJM-909. So let's listen, and I will show you first all the effects, and we will listen to 12 of them, because with each video you heard each FX with a DJM 900, etc. So you know what sound it is. So echo, I can change my FX with a push here. You see I have all FX here. I didn't say it, but when you are on browse mode, of course you can change here, but you can change like that. It's a tactile screen, so you can, of course, or you can directly with a little bar here, you see. Okay, donc let's see the effects. Echo, so I can change the echo for something else, and I can directly put on my channel with this little toggle here. So you can push a lock, so it would be always like that. Of course it's post fader and post crossfader. You can push just once like that. It's like DJM-S9. It's pretty the same function. You can apply another beat. You can apply with the filter if you want. And it's pretty cool because each FX, like reverb, echo, you can change the parameter for your high pass filter. So you can have with the bass like that, but you can apply with less bass. So it's cool. And each FX can be applied directly like that. Flanger, I will keep. So every time you have the beat function or the percentage for the reverb, etc., etc. Vinyl break. You see, if you don't like vinyl break like that, because it will start another time, this one, you can apply. It's for that you have bank, the bank B, and you will have one shot break. You see, just one time. So you can apply the effects you want. So we are on the second bank. I have echo out. You don't need to push this fader. It will go away like that. I have one shot spin. I have roll. Of course, you can apply with the filter. One shot break. Of course. Kill. This function, you can say, oh, kill function, you see, it will kill the sound. Yeah, but I can put it like that. Yes, but you have the ability to have two different functions. And it's irritate from the 909. You have a little transform, you see here. So you can use different sound. And the last one, it's not the last one, it's the last one on my bank. It's fader so it's pretty cool because irritate by the from the 909 and you will have a little melody. And what is pretty cool is that all channel, all sample, all FX can be done with this function here, new function, smooth echo. For example, this little sound, you can put it like that. I can cut it if I want, but I can put a smooth echo. And I have the echo, which is very great. This echo, I can, how can I say? I can put some parameter, the level. I can put the beat. I can put how I want to be on and off. I can choose out cue. I can choose crossfader, fader, gate cue, silent cue, even load. It's pretty cool because when you have this track, for example, I will take another track, for example, this one. I can put on, so I can have an echo with the fader down because I choose channel fader. I can have fader down here, and I can put for a silent clue, for example, but it's pretty cool because I can put it with a load. Look, I have this sound, I push load, and I have the little echo. It's so cool. It's pretty cool. And I can have for this this sound, for example. So it's really pretty cool. And you can apply, like I said, you have 4 channels, so you can apply this smooth echo to another channel. For example, I can put deck 3, I have no sound, but I can put something on it. Let's see the sample, I have this here. I put load, I have this one. I will select simple because I have hot cue. So this is without smooth echo, but I can move with it. So it's pretty cool. Let's put off this deck free for the moment, but you can apply smooth echo with everything, with sample, with another deck. It's pretty cool. With the sampler part, you have just to push shift and on. You see, you have with no sampler and have with sampler with a little white inscription. And to finish with, it's the FX with the DVS part, etc. But what is really great is when you have CDGs, for example, with Pro DJ Link, and you have your track on the CDGs and not on the software, you can apply to those FX. For example, if I move to bank A, waveform, you see I'm in line in. Let's see with the echo. Oh. I can put on here, but on here, see. It's pretty cool. When you do, for example, bank B with the wall FX, pretty simply cool. And at the end, for the FX part, what is very great is I told you that you can set your own FX with 4 banks directly on the 6 button here, but you can also, because you can tell you in your hand, oh, it's just only Serato FX on the right here. No, it's not just Serato. Look, if I choose, for example, bank D, and I touch the FX here, I have one here. For example, I will make another one, for example, fader pitch. I'm okay with this. I will save D, and look, if I push the first one, this one, A, I have Serato, and I have echo from the table, from the mixer. But if I push D, I will have some FX from Serato, if I want, but I can have FX from the onboard FX on the mixer. It's so great. So you can easily jump to 12 FX on the bank A, 12 FX on the bank B, etc. But you can also have just 2 parameters for the filter. For example, you have the first filter, you know, this filter here, filter, noise, pitch, etc. So you can have for maybe first one, I will take white filter, and for the bank D, for example, here I can make pitch. So I can save it, and I will have bank A with a filter, bank C with the pitch. Look, when I move bank A, bank C, bank D, it's so cool. And of course, you can have both FX on the mixer and on Serato and filter. So you can have an association like FX from the mixer, filter here, Serato, or FX on the mixer and filter or pitch, for example, on the mixer. So it's very fun. And last function on the touchscreen, it's really great. you can make bending, and you can, we will see after on the video, you can make the deck move between deck A to deck 4, for example. Look, first when I play my track, let's see, with play, I'm in channel mode, so I can, like we say, browse on the waveform. I can, for example, increase or decrease the waveform, the loop, for example. And when I go on the waveform touch function, I can bend my track, so deceleration, acceleration, look. So great. And after, I can even make the deck move. So I can move my track between the deck A of the deck 1 to the deck 4 on Serato. You will see deck 3, deck 4, there is no meters, there is no sound. But when I will push here, you see deck move, deck 1 to 4, I have no track on the deck 1, but if you see here, I have meters on the deck 4. It's so great. Let's go before the pad section, which is little different between Serato and Rekordbox. Let's see the auto loop part. So you can make auto loop. You can decrease, increase the length if you want with minus plus here. You can, for example, 8-bit loop. You can decrease, increase, and of course you can push another pad here to have your loop. You can erase it like that. So auto loop. After the pad section, so you have hot cue, allow you to prepare point to be recalled at any time. For example, you can erase them with the shift button. You have not roll, it will be for Serato, but you will have the pad FX1. Pad FX1, you can apply the first part like that. You can change, if you want, the FX with the parameter button. You can have the first bank, second bank. After you will have not saved loop, but you will have beat jump. You can have, first, let's see the pad FX. So I have in my pad FX, for example, slip roll. A reverb. Or a break, for example. After beat jump, so you can have the first bank 1 to 8 for the beat jump, 16 to 128, and it's done. So I can move minus 16 or plus 16 in the track. Etc. Sampler we will see after. You have pitch play with a shift button. Pitch play, you have to choose the out cue you want to play, and after you will have notes directly on your out cue. After you will have the same thing, but the track will still play with the key shift. But you see, it's not out cue. It's just you shift the key of the track. After, you will have the another pad FX. Like the pad FX one, you can apply one bank or two banks. After, you will have auto loop. For example, well, let's see the other bank like that. 16 out loop like that, or 8, 4, 64, whatever. and at the end the sampler part. So you can put every sample you want. You can apply, you see, with the little edit part, you can tell if you want just yeah, because it's on line 1 of course. You can apply if you want just one shot like that, or if you want when you push it will play. You can put a loop if you want. Let's put just one shot like that. You can, when you are on a loop like the second one, you can sync to the master. It's the same thing on Serato. And when you have your track playing, you just have to push. No, my track is on master. Okay. So you can cut the music or the sample, because I put the sample directly on my channel 1. You see, with Smooth Echo, you can decrease, increase the tempo if you want. So you can probably do everything you want. And you can stop the music, the sample, like that. So first, let's put my track, for example, on the deck 2. So it works, okay, everything is fine. The browse part is pretty the same. You can browse through your screen if you want, like that. It's the same. It's the same as Rekordbox. You can scroll with a little bar here. You can scroll with your encoder here. Of course, you can push directly here. Put on demo. Okay. When you have the waveform like that, it's pretty the same. You can scroll. You see, like that. You can search the moment you want. You can decrease or increase. You see the little waveform. Pretty the same. It's the same. The onboard FX works has a Rekordbox. It's inboard FX. So onboard, if you want FX. The parameter, the FX parameter here will be the same. You see, if I put FX, it's the same as Rekordbox. So I can push one here. For example, here I have reverb, delay, echo. I have pause one here. The same, really pretty the same configuration. The things that will be different, it will be the pad section. The first difference, pad section. You will have what you have on the button. So you will have roll, save loop, sampler, pitch play, slicer loop, save flip. So let's see. So out cue, it's the same. Roll. Let's see with this part here. So you can have with the filter. Save loop, like the name is, it's save loop. So you can erase one loop like that with your mouse. When you put a loop like that, let's put 4-bit loop, you can save it. And you can recall this loop when you want. Of course, you can active and disactive this loop. Pitch play will be the same. You have to choose the audio you want. This one. For example, slicer loop. It's a repetition, like a roll if you prefer, on a little 8-bit loop, and you can decrease and increase the moment you press Safe Sleep. You know, you can record a little performance part. For example, I don't know, I will erase my previous sleep mode. For example, this kind of stuff. For example, I will record this. For example, this. I disengage it, and when I want, I go to Safe Sleep, and I can go on another side of the other track. And the difference will be with the sampler part. You will have two parts of sample. The sample, like always, where you can play your sample, put some echo, etc. And you see on the bottom another sampler part. For example, you can scratch those samples directly on a deck. You see, if I put this track, I put it directly on deck here. That I can play like that in channel mode. Maybe here. I can put the other sampler directly on this deck here. So I can push it and shift scratch bank, and you will see my deck 2 it will not be the track but the sample, like that. And I can scratch it like that. Etc. And when it's done, I can stop this track, and of course I push and I can have my previous track here, for example. And to finish with the pad section, that is really great, is that you can have an association between two functions. For example, on the left deck, I can put odd cue roll if I want. So I will have the 4 of the odd cue first 4, and the roll on the bottom side. And here I can make maybe roll sampler. So I can have my roll on the upside, and the bottom I can have my sampler. So I can have multiple configuration. It's very, very great. So it's the combo pad section. Second difference is that when I have one track on deck 1 and one track on deck 2, and they are running, and I want to free one deck, the one or the 2, it's pretty cool, because when you have 2 tracks like that, you can push on deck 3 on deck 4, and you will have, when you browse, for example, this deck here, you can free your deck. You see, for example, deck move 2 to 3, or 1 to 4. So I can free the deck 1 of the deck 2. For example, the deck 1, it's not playing. So deck 1 to deck 4, I check it. And you see my track on deck 1 move directly on the deck 4. And I can play it, for example. I will push the mixer part. Yeah, it's down, so it's cool. I push play, for example, mixer part. So it's pretty cool. Oh, let's put curve like that. I prefer like that. So when it's done, I can push a lot of things. I can put a note cue if I want. I can put mute if I want. I can put pause. I have all my hot cues if I want. I have the mashup part. I can put a dual deck, so I can, for example, play 2 hot cues at the same time on the deck 1 and deck 4. So it's pretty cool. Or deck 2, no, deck 1 and 3 and deck 2 and 4, for example. I can have the mixer part. I can have my gain control, trim control. I can put it directly on my headphone, and I can crossfade or not. You see, there is no crossfader here. I can lot of things. I can shift directly on the track. I can mute it, so it's pretty cool. And I can, of course, put smooth echo like that. So I can put an echo directly on deck 3, deck 4. So it's pretty cool. And what is very, very cool is that in the mixer part, you have this fader that is not this fader. You see, if I put this, oh, I'm in the end of the track. Yeah, I have this fader for my track on the DVS part, and I have this fader for my internal part for my deck 4. So it's pretty cool. So at the end of the screen, the touchscreen, you have the touch MIDI. So you have 4 banks, which are banks you can apply some configuration directly on your software. You see key up, key down, key lock, beat sync, key sync, sync off. You can choose internal or not, quantize if you want. Record your mix. You can push play if you want, like that. It's pretty cool. And you can have the length of all your FX, not the length, the level control. The touch FX, the end of the video. The touch FX will allow you to apply some FX like that on the screen with 2 kind of selection preset. You can have preset FX, so roll pitch and echo filter, or selected FX, so you can apply the FX here and the FX here. So for example, echo filter or reverb filter like you want. So for example, roll pitch. Like that. Or if you prefer a selected FX, reverb plus filter, and you will have or for example, echo plus filter. Without touching the paddle on the back. And after, without music, the configuration of the mixer. You can have a lot of preference for the crossfader, for loop option, pad option, display option if you want to have some information or not on the screen. If you want, for example, the day mode on your screen, the brightness, lot of things. For the mic, the toe cover, low cut. For mixer part, if you want to apply something for the master both out, for example, the aux input level, so you can have 12 dB for your smartphone, for example. Isolator for the EQ, if you want or not. Isolation. All the settings, you see a lot of things. You can lock your preferences. You can have a lot of things directly on your computer. You see every little thing. So be sure if you want, for example, if you're doing DVS with a turntable with a vinyl, for example, a record, you have to put phono, for example, or line if you use phase, for example. FX Bank, you see there is a lot of functions you can apply. You can apply the little, how can I say, I don't have the name. The color FX, for example, you have the beat FX. You can choose with all those FX here. You have preferences here. You can move a lot of preset like we have done directly on the mixer itself. And voila, it's the end of the video for the DJM-S11 from Pioneer DJ. If you have any
I'm a mutt, that's a fact, dog. In my hut, in my city, got a map, dog, yeah. Where we at with it? In the burbs, on the beach, or in the trap with it, yeah. Niggas try to box me in. Crackers rockin' moccasins, they need the sun's glass, yeah. Get to pickers, my father saw this. I don't think he gave me life. My life been different, it's never been regular, dog. People still trippin', they see us walk in the store. You fuckers make me mad, I'm in a different class. You disrespect my history and you think it makes me laugh. You like to twist the facts, you talk behind my back. How am I supposed to live in peace when I'm under attack? Miss me with the Ivy League shit. Think you smarter than me, huh? I designed your whole foot, I defined your whole script. I'm the god of host pick. Should've chose a different flow, homie, you know what it is. I put the team on my back, dog. If you know me, homie, you know that's a fact, dog. Team got my back, dog.
And voila, it's the end of the video for the DJM-S11 from Pioneer DJ. If you have any questions about this video, about this product, this unit, feel free to ask under the video or leo@djstuff.fr. Thank you for watching this video, and see you next content. Take care, everybody. Take care of all your family, and see you next content. Bye bye.